So I will say, like, I've been through this a few times. Like, sometimes you just get a bunch of downloads, you get a bunch of stuff, and you don't know what to do with that information. And your job is just to write it down right now. Sometimes that information comes in handy later when you realize, okay, well, there's A, B, and C thing that I have to do, and I'm going to use this information to do something with. But if you don't write it down, then you don't have it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you an example. So, like, I think back in 2021, I started getting downloads of a school and a nonprofit, and I had tons and tons and tons and tons of downloads, and I had lessons and ideas and a whole bunch of stuff. It was just coming out the dome, and I would just, and it was like so intense. Like, it was so intense, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. And they were telling me, oh, you're going to be public speaking and blah, 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 blah. And they were showing me all these different types of things. I was having experiences. I was going to Andromeda. I was going to the Pleiades occasionally. I was going to Arcturus. I was going to see the creator. Like, I was going through initiation after initiation, like every other 2 weeks. It was really intense. I was borderline feeling crazy. Okay. Spirit can kind of make you feel a little bit crazy because they be taking you beyond the veil. And sometimes it's hard when you come back into your body in the veil, you know what I'm saying, to like function as a human, knowing all of this kind of like out there information that you have to really break down for a period of time to really understand what's the message and what does that mean for you, and in what way are you going to use that in your reality. Sometimes that information is just for you. It's not for you to use in your reality, but it's an understanding to have so that when you do get the information that you need to use, you have a solid foundation for that information to embed in so that you can understand. So I'll give you an example. So like, I had to learn about like 4 of my past lifetimes in order for me to understand how to heal through the pain that my family had and the pain that I was experiencing. And it was really, really fucking intense. Okay. It was just so intense. And I was just like, okay. But I had to go back through and see lives where I had spent lives in trauma that maybe I only experienced for a year or 2 or 3, you know, lives where I chose to people please and blah, 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 lives where I was essayed my entire life, like lives where it was just really, really fucking bad. But in order for me to understand what those lives were like, I can appreciate my life now that it's not that bad. And I can also understand why it's important for me to buckle down and do what I need to do. Because then right after that, I got all the tools I needed to eradicate that shit from my life. And was it hard? Yes. But what did it set me up to do? It set me up to put me in a position to teach others how to do the same. And because I know what that pain feels like, I know how hard it is to choose you over everything, that I can encourage someone to do it. I can encourage someone to step over the pitfalls. I can encourage someone to take the necessary steps and use the necessary tools. But I think if I first didn't get like that understanding, I would have never been able to do it. And then in 2021, when I had all of those downloads teaching me how to fuck around with people's energy while also talking to them and giving them the keys that they needed while also energetically removing the blocks as we're talking, then it would have been so much harder for me to help someone. But it's so much easier now because as I'm talking, those blockages are falling away. And it's something that I do unconsciously, but I needed the foundation in order to understand how to do that. Does that make sense? So definitely tap in and just write everything down. Write it all down. And it may mean nothing. but more than likely it means something. And one day it'll mean something to someone, or some way you'll be able to use it that will just completely and utterly like shift something. All right, I hope this helped. Bye.